I'm just gonna have 3 points for this episode existing.
Come on, work this time. Yes!
Watching Luce learn magic on her own is such a joy.
You think that's impressive? Check this out! 2 warriors battling to the death!
Does King really need to do this? I suppose you could argue it's to inform the audience about the portal, but no.
Ha! What possible regrets could come from the internet? Oh, did you know the Earth is actually flat?
Yep, that's not right.
I love that Luce draws the line at pure lies rather than death is your god. The distance between Luce and King changes over the course of this scene. Also, the potato chips suddenly appear out of nowhere. I'm really glad the show doesn't just forget about Luce's mom. This moment with Luce not knowing what to say is so realistic. The episode's title is pure genius. You can see where Luce and Willow are, but in the next shot, they're by the lockers, and suddenly Gus is there too.
I forgot you've never been here for the social event of the season.
Meta humor, love it.
But maybe here I could be your Grom queen. That's, not something people usually sign up for.
I like how the episode is vague and simultaneously not subtle about the danger of Grom.
Here, your note. Man, you got some quick grabbers. It's private.
Mids is having a hard time trying to be subtle. I love it.
This year, I have the privilege to bestow our highest Grom honor to Amity Blight.
Only one person gets chosen for Grom? You would think 2 people would get chosen, but gotta have Luce dealing with her own thing, I guess. Great touch that students are setting up Grom instead of using magic.
That's Grom, short for Prometheus the Fearbringer. It's a monster that lives under the school.
Ha, that's a fantastic reference to the Fear Feaster from Adventure Time. Love that the animation for this little scene looks like a painting.
I'm home.
Ow!
Guys?
Careful with those pins.
Why am I doing this? I don't even wear clothes!
King raises an interesting point. Why is he doing this?
I'm chaperoning Grom tonight.
They're letting the most wanted criminal in the Boiling Isles chaperone Grom. King and Gus are an episode I need ASAP.
There's a horrifying spider in your hair.
Nope. I'm not as fragile as you think, Ida. And I can't be so easily fooled either.
I'll ignore the animation error only because Luce was so confident.
Facing Grom means facing your worst fear, King, and I don't think Luce knows what that means yet.
At this point, it's pretty easy to guess what Luce's worst fear is, but for Luce not to know is believable. I am loving this dark lighting. The symbolism of Luce pulling Amity out of the mud and being closer to her is genius. The further symbolism of Luce lying down in the mud that Amity is trying to avoid is brilliant foreshadowing to Grom, too.
I would. What?
I like that Amity is still very cautious about lowering her guard to Luce, since this is really personal.
Fearless champion!
In Luce's defense, who wouldn't do that? I love that Luce's mom has a noticeable presence, even if she isn't on screen.
Everyone on the island will have to live out their worst nightmare.
You wanna hear my worst nightmare?
Funniest joke in the whole episode, hands down. Nice Metal Gear Solid reference.
Want to say our greatest fears? On 3. 1, 2, being alone forever.
Being stuck with you forever.
I love their honesty. Also, yes, those are both very reasonable fears. And the episode confirms that Luce doesn't actually know what she's really afraid of.
Meow. Still got it.
No!
I get it. Ditch the yellow. Is that supposed to be me? Dang, I look great.
I love that Ida gets distracted by herself.
Now, what's the fun in watching a kid get eaten by a monster if it's my kid?
Ida is such a mom in this episode. Fits, given that Luce is afraid of her mom.
Luce, I don't think you're ready, but we're literally out of time.
Amity has some pretty good lines in this episode. This poor soul is still up there. Self-playing instruments. Yes. The lack of people on the dance floor is super realistic. I like that Willow makes corsets for all these people. Gus wearing a suit and he's on stage. Can this get any better? Yes, you'll find out momentarily. What is the point of having a splash zone?
I see we've got Principal Bump in the house. Now, sir, I hope you won't throw us in detention because, we're gonna raise the roof.
The show's been consistent at making Bump funnier, but this takes the cake.
Teenagers are brutal. They'll boo anyone, and that kind of public humiliation can stick with you for life.
King having stage fright actually humanizes him a little. I like that. Wow, Amity looks really good.
I'm not sure if it's nerves or if I accidentally drank some milk, but something's making my stomach squirm.
Ooh, that line is super clever foreshadowing.
I'm kind of amazed with how fearless you are. You've done things I could never do.
Yeah, right. You going soft on me, Blight?
The last time these two were this close to each other was in Convention. This is a testament to how far they've come in their friendship. Okay, I did not see that coming. I like how Luce is using her resources in a fight that's going to be against her own mind. Clever.
Hey, and now to hand things over to my co-MC, King!
This is weird. Why aren't King and Gus doing this together? Ooh, I really like this shot.
You're not coming from a place of intellectual honesty, so debating you would be pointless!
Why isn't Grom just bringing out Luce's worst fear? Seeing Grom take Ida's shape is horrifying.
Huh?
Mija?
The very concept of Luce battling her own mom for a school tradition is beyond glorious. I love how cinematic the dolly zoom is. I love the detail of her mom being in her work clothes since that's the last time Luce saw her.
Mija, have you been lying to me?
Much like understanding Willow, the sound effects crew make this a monster I would never wish on my own worst enemy.
Well, sometimes you just have to...
I know. Imagine everyone in their underwear.
Gross! Why would you do that?
Well, King just cursed me with the image of Ida in her underwear, so now I'm cursing you with the image of Ida in her underwear. We suffer for this show. Once again, I commend Studio Rough Draft for their amazing work on Grom's animation.
You're not really my mom!
How could you say that, cariño? You're breaking my heart!
The psychological insanity of Grom is pushed up to 11 with that one line.
Stay away from her!
Amity coming to Luce's defense has to be commended. Jesus, it's a good thing that Grom can only feed on fear. Imagine what he could do if he knew how to kill. Jesus, the pain on Amity's face. Animation can be so moving when it wants to be. Nice touch how Luce doesn't see the other side of the note so that Amity can tell her some other time, probably in Season 2.
Well then, if that's settled, may I have this dance?
This is it, people. The thing that makes this whole show worthwhile. The highlight of the season. The best Amity and Luce moment. My personal favorite track from TJ Hill. Amazing animation. Dana Terrace's dance choreography that she finally gets to use. The camera work. And pretty much all the things that make animation worthwhile. You probably guessed this, but this whole scene gets 5 points because it's that amazing.
So, who did you want to ask out?
Oh, it's not important.
Gay!
Why does Luce have to be denser than a bag of bricks? Does anyone else love the design of the Boiling Isles moon? I love it. I love how they were all just waiting and watching for the fight to be over. Awesome callback to the end of Hootie's moving hassle. I know I comment on specific shots a lot, but this is just one of my personal favorites. Look at it.
I won't lie. Today was kinda hard. And I don't always feel like I'm supposed to be here. But when things got tough, my friends helped me out.
The passing imagery and Luce's voiceover combined with that music makes this episode's ending very heartfelt, not tear-jerking, but enough emotions are invested.
Aw, that's a cute way of saying text.
I would reward this reveal, but I have to wait until Season 2 to find out, and I am not patient when it comes to things like this. I was originally going to give a negative for not ending the episode after that reveal, but these pictures are just brilliant. It's the last one that makes it for me. Good times.
The sun's never die. Can't watch it blow.